Something that I bought recently was the really nice Compressor by FMR Audio. I went for the desktop version. They do make a 500 series model. I ended up going for the desktop version because it's stereo and it was cheaper. I'm looking at prices right now, looking on reverb.com. The 500 series single channel, brand new, it looks like goes for $300. $199, $205, $170, $175. Looks to be about the average price for the desktop unit. Mine was $180 after tax. So to my knowledge, and according to the research I was doing before purchasing it, there isn't any real difference between the 500 series and the desktop version. It's a unit that every time it's brought up, I just hear great things about, but I don't see it brought up terribly often. There relatively isn't a great deal on YouTube. I've never seen it in any studios that I've worked in. So in order to really get a feel for it, I just bought one. I got it with the intention to track vocals through it because from everything I've heard, it seems to be kind of a type of compression that you can push pretty hard if you need to, but even then, at the end of its rope, it doesn't sound compressed. So having something super transparent that could handle the quietest whisper vocals and the belting that sometimes goes on sounded like a perfect fit that I would want in my arsenal. One thing I do want to make very clear so you don't make the same mistake that I did, because I was very lazy and didn't do a whole bunch of digging. The inputs on it are unbalanced. So on day one, when I bought it and hooked it up, I went from my preamp, passed out of that into the compressor, and it sounded terribly quiet and thin with some kind of crackle to it that I hadn't heard before. And so, silly me, I just looked at the back and it said unbalanced. So I bought a couple Y cables because what you can do with this unit is something pretty cool. So what I've done with a Y cable on the input of the left channel and the right channel as well, taken the TRS jack, put it in, taken one of the TSNs, put it to the output side of my patch bay, take the other TSN, put it to the input side of my patch bay. So then for stereo use, I've only used 2 cable where I would need 4 unbalanced ones. Saves a bit of mess, a bit of hassle, and a bit of money. Every session I've done since I've got it, and anytime I've wanted to record anything vocal-wise, I've gone mic, preamp, really nice compressor, and then to my DAW. So I'm gonna run some vocals through it, and then I'll patch in some drum bus stuff, and then we'll take a look at it performing on an entire mix. Here we go. All right, so what I've got here is a session pulled up for a song called Dancing with the Devil by Foreign Republic. Produced by him, co-produced by me, and I mixed and mastered it. So I'm gonna play this and mess around with the compressor, see what we can do.
Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they want to steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they want to steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they want to steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they want to steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they want to steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they want to steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle.
So one of the main draws of this compressor is its unique mode called the Super Nice mode. And that proprietary design supposedly allows for a very smooth, transparent compression. Being able to slam it with the compressor, but having it not be super noticeable. So I've heard that kind of the trick with that, with the Super Nice mode, is to always keep your signal kind of within the knee of the compressor so that even the quietest part of your signal is within the compression threshold. So I toggled it on and off before, but I'm just going to kind of leave it on and see what kind of sounds we can get out of it.
Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they wanna steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they wanna steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they wanna steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands.
So absolutely, sounds super clear, kind of like an auto mode, at least to me. Turn that on, keep your signal within the threshold, and there you go. Just an even performance. So now with the same song, I want to put it on the drum bus, and let's see what results that we can get out of that. Pretty controlled. The low end kind of boom of this kick drum is really almost 808 like in a way. It's a note that sustains. You can definitely see it. That may or may not be a problem depending on the context of the rest of the song. I know in this song that it's very intentional. You can see kind of even just in the waveforms, everything else is side-chained to that kick drum, so that elongated note that the kick drum has is very present and pronounced, and other things kind of duck out of the way of it, especially the bass. Let me get this going on the master bus, and we'll listen to how it does there.
Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they wanna steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. That you wrestle, they wanna steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled and it's all over your hands. Dancing with the devil, he's feeding off your pain. The demons that you wrestle, they wanna steal your name. You let them cross the line in the sand. Blood is being spilled.
I want to stop it there for a second because I'm hearing that the low end just kind of goes away. I noticed it a bit on the drums too. I think something for this compressor to have, if you want it to use it on buses like that, definitely be a sidechain high pass. But what is interesting is that it sounds like there's just a low shelf on the whole thing. I'm not too sure if that's just something to do with the attack and release that I've got going on. I think I'll cut that there for the mix bus. I don't think I would do that. But one more thing I do want to do is demonstrate kind of how I use it all the time. Tracking vocals. Get that patched in and set up in the way that I would normally have it, and I'll sing a little ditty for you guys.
It's time to go, now I'm going home. I can find my way in the dark. I travel only just ground below me. I don't know how I made it this far. Got what I wanted, we all did. What can I do? I'm so lost without you. Don't move on without me. I'll stay right here.
All right, so that was me kind of putting the RNC through its paces and giving you some different ideas as to, you know, what it might be good for. I definitely think that this is staying, at least for me, as a tracking compressor. I sang a couple lines from a song that I wrote. I haven't released it yet. It's going to be on the next kind of EP that I put out, but you could hear that it was a really wide dynamic range that I was doing. And in the actual song, I recorded through the same chain, and most any compression that was done afterwards was either parallel or done on the entire acapella bus and the master.
Got what I wanted, we all did. What can I do? I'm so lost without you.
I didn't have to get like super nitpicky with what I did on the individual channel after tracking. So, short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this with me. It's just another one of those things that I've got that I don't see anybody really talking about. Some forums I've delved onto that talk about it are like, shh, you know, don't tell people about this. This is a secret. Keep it that way. I know they're joking, but if you take that philosophy seriously, I don't think that's a fun way to live. Hopefully learn something about a compressor they're looking into, or if it's your first time hearing about it, maybe I've sold you on it. I'm not selling you mine though, it's mine. But as always, like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you're into this kind of thing, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.